guys, welcome. Come on in. I'm a little sick right now. Again, I keep getting sick. But basically, I have a huge physical media update. I've got 4Ks, Blu-rays, even a DVD steelbook collection. And some of these I'm going to do quick reviews of. It's holiday season time right now, so like I'm kind of just trying to get some stuff done because I'm going to be honest with you guys. I have worked. Now, don't get me wrong. I love doing YouTube, but I have really worked my ass off this year, and I am extremely burnt out and tired. So I'm gonna do this video and then not record. You guys probably won't notice, but I'm not gonna record for at least a few days. I'm gonna try to enjoy the holiday season. I'm exhausted from doing it. So showing the channel's doing great, and I'm so happy, and I love my audience dearly. You guys are amazing. I feel like we've got like a family here on this channel, and I'm just so blessed. I'm not complaining in the least, but my point is I'm doing this big video to show you all this stuff because I'd love to do separate videos on all this, but I just don't have the time. I have a lot going on with my band and my family, and I've got some issues health-wise with some family members right now, so it's a lot I'm dealing with, but we all deal with a lot of stuff, so I'm not, like I said, not complaining, but I'm gonna crank this out. So let's get started, guys. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is this right here. This is the Creep Second Sight release. I was really happy with this. This is the first time I think that Creep has ever come out on home video. Now, these are region locked, the Second Sight Blu-rays, but the one thing I wish that Second Sight would do with their 4Ks and not just their Blu-rays, you'll see on the collector's versions for Blu-rays from Second Sight, they'll give you a case. They don't give you like that little flap thing that opens up, like the little booklet style. I don't like that as much. I like the cases, so when I get the Blu-ray releases from them, I know I'm going to get a case, and they're gray. As you can see, the cases are kind of gray. I like that, but this was a nice release. Of course, this is one of those releases where you're really getting it for the quality of the title, and it's a movie that, like I said, I think this is the first time it's coming out on home video. Hopefully America gets its S together with this and somebody gets the rights for it, but Mark Duplass kills it in this movie. I'm in the minority, I feel, but I do not like the second one at all. I feel like the cat's out of the bag in the second one, so it's just like you already know he's crazy in the second one, so it just doesn't work for me. And of course, you figure out he's crazy in the first one, but you don't know what he's capable of in the first one. So that's why it's just I'm not a big fan of the sequel. But it's nice. It's got the nice booklet and everything about the making of the film and that sort of thing. I mean, you guys are aware how these work with Second Sight. God, that smell is strong. So yeah, nice booklet with that, and the movie looked good. I mean, it's a found footage movie too, so I mean, it looks good. I mean, it's nothing you really harp on picture quality wise when it's something like that. But there are new features on here. There's new audio commentaries, new interviews with Mark Duplass, Patrick Bryce, a ton of stuff, live Q&As. So it's a really great release. But it's region B, so you have to be region free to get that. I did find time to enjoy that. I got on the treadmill, and I was walking on the treadmill while I watched that movie, but I liked it. The second thing I want to show is this. My buddy Brandon is making a movie called Sonny the Vampire, and I'm actually doing some music for it. And if you want to become a producer for the movie, you pay him, I forgot the exact amount. I think it was $20 bucks, and he'll send you a copy of his Halloween 1 and 2 edit of Halloween Deluxe. It's a really cool edit, the way he really seams it together to make it just one big movie. Get with him. I think he's making more of these. He sold out really quick with this. But yeah, this is the super cut of Halloween 1 and 2 together. And Brandon's went to school for film and stuff, so he's really good at editing and stuff. So the cut between the two movies is really great. And it's a good-looking Blu-ray, too. So message Brandon on Instagram at Tabata Vision, and if you want to get this, he'll get with you and get you situated. Next up, guys, I actually have not had time to watch this, but I'll tell you why. I wanna get this. There was a documentary that MVD Rewind put out. It was called 1982, The Best Geek Year Ever. And in that documentary, they talked about this movie. I am praying to God somebody has seen this and can tell me how good it is, hopefully. It's a movie called Missing with Jack Lemmon and Sissy Spacek, Carrie. Now the clips of this they showed made it look like it's a great kind of drama suspense movie. Charlie Horman thought that being an American would guarantee his safety. His family believed that being Americans would guarantee them the truth. They were all wrong, and it just seemed like it's a really good movie. So I'm hoping somebody out there has seen this. It's from 1982, obviously. Now this is the only Blu-ray that I could find online. Now the problem is. The reason I haven't had time to watch this yet is because I'm going to have to go watch this in the horror movie room because that's where my region free player is. This is a region lock Blu-ray, which is fine. I have the ability to watch it, but I just have to make sure I'm able to go watch it in the proper setting. So I'm excited to watch this. I have not seen this yet, but it's nice to get some more indicator titles because I don't have a whole lot of stuff from them. I have some stuff from them. I need to get that Wolf Blu-ray they did. Next up, guys, I love this movie. This is kind of like, I don't know if this is a hidden gem, but I just think it's a really good movie. This is a movie that Criterion put out this year called Mother, an Albert Brooks movie. I found this movie on Netflix like around 2012, and I just kind of watched it, and I really liked it. It's just one of those movies that you kind of start letting it play, and you kind of feel like, not necessarily bad about it, but you just like, okay, seems okay. And the movie just kind of gets into your DNA a little bit, your bones, and it's just a really good movie. I like it a lot. Yeah. I can see that. At first I didn't know that this was like a Criterion movie. I thought this would be more of like a, I don't know, like a Shout Factory movie. But now that it's on Criterion, I guess that's fine. And it was this is the 4K of it. It looked really good. I didn't watch any of the features on here though. So there are new interviews with Brooks, Albert Brooks in here. So I should have watched that, but I never did. New interview with actor Rob Morrow, trailer plus a teaser directed by Brooks, and a video essay by critic Carrie Rickey. So yeah, Mother, I really like that. I just like that movie a lot. Next up, we have Oddity. This is a horror movie everybody was telling me was really good. After... What was this kind of somewhere a little bit after Long Legs came out? This movie came out. Oddity was fantastic. I'll read you guys a little bit of this. When Danny is brutally murdered at the remote country house that she and her husband, Ted, are renovating, everyone suspects a patient from the local mental health institution, where Ted is a doctor. A year later, Danny's blind twin sister, Darcy, a self-proclaimed psychic and collector of cursed items, pays an unexpected visit to Ted and his new girlfriend. Convinced there was more to her sister's murder than people know, Darcy has brought with her the most dangerous items from her cursed collection to help exact revenge. I don't think it was a 5-star horror movie by any stretch, but I thought it was like a 3.5, 4-star. I thought it was really good. I'll keep it spoiler free. I don't know how many people have seen this, but it was good. I mean, it may make it's in my top 10. It's in my top 10. So. And it's weird because I hate to bitch about this, but I did order this. I pre-ordered this, and I never even got a slipcover with it. This was one of those titles where something was off when they were sending these out. It got delayed, and it is what it is. I'm bitching about it now, but, I mean, it is what it is. So, Oddity, pick that up, guys. That was really good. And it looks like Shudder and IFC are kind of doing their thing together to put out home videos. Next up, guys, oh man, this was amazing. This is the 4K of Bug from Kino Lorber, and let me tell you, man, I love this movie. I got this because it was William Friedkin directing it. I loved it so much. I thought it was a great movie, and it was a kind of a minuscule budget movie for Friedkin to do. It's only a few people in the movie. It's basically only one location, the hotel room, the motel room that they're staying in, and it's a movie about a guy that's completely lost his mind from PTSD from war, and he's got this horrible schizophrenia. I'm sure most of you guys have seen this, and I'm just the last person getting around to this, but it was great. I mean, it was a good 4K, but I think I probably should have just stuck with getting the Blu-ray version of this, because Kino did put out a Blu-ray of this. It wasn't a movie that really screamed needing that high of picture quality, in my opinion. It's not like something like The Exorcist for him, or To Live and Die in L.A. even. But, like, yeah, I probably should have got the Blu-ray for this. I'm just being honest. Like, it's not that it didn't look like a high-quality 4K or anything, but it's not a movie that really screamed to need it, in my opinion. So if you haven't gotten this movie, I know that Kino released this with a slipcover as well as a Blu-ray, not just a 4K. But I got the 4K. What the hell? Because it was Friedkin. I just figured, what the movie's amazing. But yeah, I don't regret it. But I just, you live and you learn. All right, next up, guys, I really hope somebody out there has seen this, and I'm not just talking into the abyss with this, but again, I watched that MVD Rewind Blu-ray release of 1982, the best geek year ever, and they talked about a movie called Diner in there, and I just thought it was, it looked really good, so I picked that up, and again, I loved this movie. This was a really good movie. It had Kevin Bacon in it, Daniel Stern, Mickey Rourke, and this was a great Mickey Rourke movie. I mean, I really liked him in this movie. It's a movie about a bunch of guys that are going through, their early adult lives, dealing with, everyday problems that people go through, some worse than others, and relationships and things like that. And with all the changing things going on in their lives, they all know that they can get together at the diner and have a meal and catch up, and it'll be like old times like always. So it was a good movie. I liked it a lot. I don't want to spoil the ending, but it was a very refreshing ending compared to a lot of the stuff I see with these kinds of drama movies. So I loved it. This was put out by Warner Brothers. This isn't a Warner. I don't know why this isn't a Warner Archive Blu-ray, because it's a Warner Blu-ray. This should have been a Warner Archive Blu-ray. It's not, but I loved it, guys. Pick that movie up if you haven't seen it. I really liked it. Next up, guys, this is a main event right here. No Country for Old Men. Everybody was telling me I was going to love this movie, and to just get it out there, it was a masterpiece. Yeah, this is a perfect 5-star movie. Who was this directed by? The Coen brothers. The guy that plays Javier Bardem. It's truly one of the most menacing performances I've ever seen, and my favorite scene with him was definitely it's a few moments, right? Like the gas station scene is so tense because I'm thinking he's going to kill the guy. I'll keep it spoiler free, but that clip has been all over the internet, so I probably should tread lightly with this. But it was great. Tommy Lee Jones was great in this, but Javier it was so good. It was so good. Yeah, just a really great movie. And everybody was telling me that Chris Jericho, if you're a wrestling fan, in the late 2000s, Jericho played this heel where he just talked very sternly and talked in a low manner. And people were like, Christian, I know you're a wrestling fan. Well, Jericho authored his character after Javier in No Country for Old Men. So, yeah, it was really great. Again, I never got to really getting into the special features of this. I just watched the movie. This looked really good on 4K. I have nothing to compare it to, but, this was... it looked really effing good. So I was happy with that. I would give the picture quality probably a 5-star review on that as well. New conversations with Joel and Ethan on here. New conversations with Deakins and associate producer David Diliberto, archival interviews and things like that. 3 documentaries about the making of the film, that sort of thing. So, yeah, you guys were right. It was an amazing watch. I'm definitely going to revisit that soon. That was a 5-star movie. Next up is the 4K of The Shape of Water. I kind of regret getting this. I like the movie, but... Watching on 4K, I just felt the Blu-ray on this was fine. And it's not coming at it even from a technical standpoint, really. It's just coming at it from the Blu-ray I had of it was fine. It's a good movie. I like it a lot, but I don't know. So if you have the Blu-ray of this, if you just watch the movie and get it out of your system, you'll probably be fine and not want to pick this up. But I did. I got it at the sale price with all those sales going on. It's a good movie. It's a really good movie. But I should have just passed on this and got something else from Criterion. Again, never got into the special features, but there's new interviews with Del Toro, new documentaries. It's loaded with stuff, but, there you have it. Now, this movie I was glad I got from Criterion. That's Peeping Tom. Classic movie. This is a great movie, and I kind of think the year on it fools me a little bit because it's from 1960, 59 or 60. But man, this movie was creepy today, much less back then. So I really like this. This was a good look in 4K too. Yeah, I could see how influential this movie was. So that's Peeping Tom. I got that and I loved it. I did review some stuff that's not in here, like Gummo, and that sort of thing. All right, this movie I haven't seen. So somebody's going to probably give me a bunch of grief, but I have a buddy, shout out Zach if you're watching this, that has a flea market that I go frequent, and he'll let me get my first dibs on some stuff, and here's Old Boy. I got this big steelbook set of Old Boy. Now, I've heard about this movie, but I've just never seen this movie. But I heard this movie's supposed to be intense, right? Because the back shows this dude with a hammer, and it's covered in blood. So somebody tell me about Old Boy. I don't know enough about it, but I got to see it. Next up, guys, I feel like I'm crapping on Criterion. I'm not. This is the Godzilla 4K. A lot of people were asking me my thoughts on this because apparently it didn't have any HDR or anything on this. So I thought it looked good. I thought it looked a little bit better than this really nice DVD, Toho DVD I had of it. Like it's a prestigious kind of, not a steel book, but like almost a media book DVD I had from Toho. But this looked better, but I wouldn't say it's any sort of 4K of the year or anything, but I like the release a lot because, you know, look, on this release, you get a really cool booklet for Godzilla, and then when you open up the flap, you know, and I love the, excuse me, the original Gojira 54 cut. Terry Morse's 56 reworking of the original with uncompressed monaural soundtrack. I didn't watch that. I just watched the original version. So yeah, the classic, man. I love this movie so much. The original Godzilla is just fantastic. But I don't regret getting this one, honestly. I regret Shape of Water, really, but like not Godzilla. It's a really nice release, so I don't know. There's that. I talked about this in a great fun video I did, the Peanut Butter Solution, so I just got to mention that again. This one, I saw this when I was a kid. Me and my dad used to watch all these movies. We used to rent them from Blockbuster and watch them on, I don't remember if we had Stars or HBO or whatever, but this is new from MVD Rewind. Men of War, Dolph Lundgren. There's somebody in here that I can't remember his name, but he's one of my favorite. Let me see. Zeus, the guy Zeus, that big black guy. He's awesome. I remember him being in here. But yeah, this is cool. I love the MVD Rewind collection. They have a lot of different kind of titles. They got horror stuff, they got action stuff, but the MVD Rewind stuff is cool because they always come with posters of the movies, which is nice. You get the posters for the movies, and their discs kind of have this old school look, like that's like a VHS in the middle. So I love MVD. The Rewind collection, it's crazy when I look at my collection of the MVD Rewind stuff, how different the titles are. And there's some great horror stuff, like Mortuary is one of them. That's the one with that hand coming out of the grave. That had I think Bill Paxton was in that. All right, guys, next up, I haven't had a chance to watch my copy of this yet, but I got Drop Dead Fred, which was supposed to be a Severin title. That was supposed to be a Severin title, but I finally picked it from Vinegar Syndrome. I got it at a really great price, and I didn't like the slipcover, honestly. I'd rather just have that artwork. So I got Drop Dead Fred from Blu-ray. I'll probably do a video on this when I get around to watching it. So there's that. I did a short on this, but man, Severin's Overboard Blu-ray release is awesome, and I really like this movie. Sydney was telling me, like, this is really like this plot could have easily been a terrifying horror movie about getting amnesia and then being tricked into thinking you're married to somebody else, which I agree, you know. I recorded a video on this. I think I probably dropped it before this, but this is just an insane movie. 2020 Texas Gladiators, a Joe D'Amato early 80s sci-fi action movie with schlong in it, a bunch of naughty guys. It's crazy. This I've been dying to watch my copy of. I still haven't gotten around to it because I just kept myself too busy, but I need to stop and do this. My 4K of Heathers from Arrow Video. I don't even think I had this on Blu-ray. This is like one of the best movies, man. Like, so good. So freaking good. This is one of those movies I feel like it blends between super dark comedy and a little bit of horror, but it's just good. I love it. Next up, my first Fun City Edition title, Heavenly Bodies. The reason I got this is because I'm obsessed with the soundtrack. The soundtrack features Joe Lamont, who did songs like Flesh to Flesh for Return of the Living Dead Part 2 and Pride and Joy in Nightmare 4, but the soundtrack for this is amazing. So this is my first Fun City Edition title, and I like them a lot. I think this is a sub-label of Vinegar Syndrome. Aren't they on the website? Aren't they on Vinegar Syndrome's website? So, but I got it from their website directly with the cool slipcover. So Fun City Editions, man. Again, I got to sit down and watch that. I wasn't planning on reviewing that because nobody would care what I thought about that. But next up, I'm definitely going to do a video on this. I have the original Scream Factory Blu-ray of this, but Scream Factory redid their Ninja 3 Blu-ray, and I want to do a video about why they did this and how crazy this movie is. If you've seen Ninja 3, you know how batshit insane it is. Even for canon, this movie is insane, so I can't wait to do a video on that. I'll do that very soon. And last but not least, I got this. This is Transformers 1. It definitely looks like it's some sort of like a cartoon style. I really, really hope I like this. I really do hope I like this because the 80s was it 86? I'm obsessed with the 86 Transformers movie and soundtrack. So this is Transformers 1. Hopefully I'll get around to watching that very, very soon. So yeah, that's that. So that's everything, guys. To wrap this up, I'll say, for sure, No Country for Old Men is definitely the best movie out of everything I talked about. Next would be Bug. But yeah, there you have it, guys. That's a bunch of stuff I got. Please just share your thoughts on any of that. I'd love to get feedback from you guys on this. And thank you guys for watching. God bless y'all. I'll see y'all next time. Huge, giant thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. Without you guys, this would not be possible. To get behind-the-scenes photos, videos, music, private live streams, and much more, you can subscribe to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Thank you to my patrons.